From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway. This is your News 8 Daily 8 for Wednesday, September 27th. Rain and storms will be on and off throughout the day. There could be a strong to severe storm this afternoon. Highs will be slightly cooler because of the rain and extra cloud cover. Numbers are in the mid-70s. And breaking news this morning we're following. State police say 3 people are dead after a high-speed crash on the east side of Indianapolis. It happened minutes after troopers say they broke off a chase. State police say troopers spotted someone driving recklessly. They tried to stop them, and all within 20 minutes, that driver wrecked, claiming the lives of 3 others. It started last night just after 9:30. State police say a trooper tried to pull over the driver of a Dodge Challenger near East Washington and Midhofer Road. The driver refused to stop, leading police on a chase for 12 minutes into rural Hancock County, then back to Indianapolis. Officers say they struggled to deploy stop sticks and decided to end the pursuit due to the suspect's aggressive driving. 5 minutes later, police say the driver ran a red light at an extremely high speed and crashed near 10th and Midhofer, close to where police initiated the chase. Troopers found 3 critically injured people and 2 severely damaged vehicles. ISP says 2 passengers in the suspect's vehicle and another driver later died. As for the driver of the Challenger, he suffered minor injuries. Police arrested him on preliminary charges of resisting law enforcement causing death. Authorities have not released the names of the suspect or the victims. And this morning, we have new details in the deadly shooting by Indianapolis police and a state trooper. It happened last night. Investigators released more details overnight. We now know the name of the man killed and what he was accused of doing. State police identified that man late last night as 42-year-old Darman Graves. According to a news release, ISP and IMPD were looking for him as he was wanted on a felony warrant for a parole violation in connection to a serious violent felony. Officers noticed Graves was the passenger of a car driving in an area at about 4:40 yesterday afternoon. They got into position for a traffic stop, and the woman driving followed their directions to get out. Police say Graves eventually got out with a gun and pointed it at the officers. That's when a trooper and 2 IMPD officers shot and killed him. ISP says they're now reviewing body and dash cam videos. A drone was also used at the scene. Police at the scene last night wouldn't reveal specifics on what led to an investigation by the Indiana Crime Guns Task Force into Graves in the first place.
Our officers are tasked, specifically the Indiana Crime Guns Task Force, is tasked with going after the most violent people in the city of Indianapolis. These are not random targets. These are not random people. These aren't misdemeanor charges. These are felonies and violent felonies that as this investigation progresses, you'll learn more and more about the why the officers were after him today.
Police say they interviewed and released the driver. They're not releasing the driver's name at this time. The 2 IMPD officers and state trooper who shot their weapons are on administrative leave pending an investigation. A southern Indiana woman faces murder charges after police found 2 young children dead inside a home in Mitchell. State police arrested 33-year-old Brittany Medina yesterday afternoon. State police are now leading the investigation into the deaths of the 1-year-old girl and 3-year-old boy. The children were found at a home on Brook Street near State Road 37. Police haven't said if Medina lived in the home, if she's related to the children, or how they died. And today is the first court appearance for a woman accused of helping hide an accused murderer. Prosecutors formally charged Desiree Oliver yesterday. Investigators say she picked up Kevin Mason from the Marion County Jail lobby after a clerk released Mason by mistake. According to the probable cause affidavit, Oliver responded to a call from Mason with surprise, asking, "They let you out?" Investigators say Oliver lied to them about where Mason was and tried to buy clothes and a travel kit for him, but her card was declined. Mason is still on the lam. Authorities are offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to his recapture. The prosecutor in the Delphi murders case calls new claims from the defense dramatic and false. In a new filing, the prosecutor says a defense theory about a ritual sacrifice is a fanciful claim made for social media to devour. Richard Allen's attorneys pushed the claim to try to get the judge to throw out some of the evidence against Allen. The hosts of the Murder Sheet podcast say the prosecutor could challenge the claims if there's a hearing about whether police lied to get a search warrant for Allen's house.
He may be saving that for the hearing itself rather than putting it all in the filing.
The filing does not respond to the defense's claim that Odinist guards are watching Allen and told him to confess to the murders. In your vote 2023, Mayor Joe Hogsett's Republican challenger is laying out his plans to revitalize downtown if elected. Jefferson Shreve unveiled the plans yesterday on Monument Circle. He says he wants to partner with the newly split IU Indianapolis and Purdue Indianapolis to create tech and healthcare corridors focused on downtown. Shreve also says he wants more affordable housing.
I'll again lean on my real estate experience to repurpose commercial properties. As our downtown population grows, and we need to grow it with people that will make downtown their home neighborhood, whether it's due to the IU and Purdue expansion or otherwise, the demand for housing will rise.
Wish TV will air the first televised debate in the mayoral race between Shreve and current Mayor Joe Hogsett Monday, October 23rd at 6 p.m. A new Black-owned grocery store is officially open in a food desert on the east side. It's at 38th and Sheridan. The full-service grocery store opened at 7 o'clock this morning. Many neighbors have been relying on gas stations in the food desert until today. The closest store had been about 3 miles away, and you can't even get there on a bus. The Indy Fresh Market is an extension of a community revitalization plan. The owners, both men from that neighborhood, broke ground on the project about 2 years ago. It's a big collaborative community effort. About 100 jobs will be added to the Marion County economy through this. The grocery store will offer fresh produce, a variety of meat and deli options every day from 7 to 9. It's at 38th Street near Sheridan and will provide home delivery, in-store pickup services as well. Today is a soft opening, but the owners are planning a grand opening celebration for the community on October 24th at 11 a.m. The owners are hoping to start a trend. They're working to add grocery stores to all of the food deserts in Indianapolis. There was quite the crowd there this morning to be some of the first to buy some items from the shelves. A new study shows that Indianapolis green spaces help reduce violence. Nonprofit Keep Indianapolis Beautiful looked at 34 green spaces around the city. It focused on factors like median household income, age, transportation access, and ethnicity. The study found that the gun violence incidents lowered by 12% within a half mile of where the green spaces were created, compared to 34 other sites that had had no improvements.
And as I stand here and talk about just reduction in crime, as the mayor kind of alluded to, let me say it's bigger than that. It gave hope to a community. And when you give hope to a community, a neighborhood, you will see reductions in crime.
That was IMPD Deputy Chief Kendall Adams. Leaders say that the findings will help with plans to create more green spaces around the city. And today is the unveiling of a new initiative to help local high schoolers go to college. IPS is partnering with IU Indianapolis and Employ Indy. Leaders say the goal is to make it simpler for IPS students to pursue a degree. They have not released specifics yet. The announcement is set for 3 this afternoon at Crispus Attucks High School. And right now, the state is searching for an artist to paint the official portrait of the governor. The image of Eric Holcomb will become the 55th in the state's collection. To fit the series, it must be 42 inches by 42 inches in oil or acrylic. Applications are open through October 23rd. The State Museum says it will announce the artist in January and unveil the portrait next fall. And today, Zubu returns to the Indianapolis Zoo. The annual Halloween celebration starts this afternoon and runs through the next month. It runs every Wednesday through Sunday through October 31st. There will be all kinds of specialty activities, food, and cocktails for those 21 and over. The zoo opens daily at 9 in the morning, but Zubu activities start at 2 and run until 7, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, 2 to 9 on Friday and Saturday. Hours are going to be extended on Halloween. Zubu is free for members. It's included in regular zoo admission tickets. We do have a link to buy those tickets and everything else you need to know on our website. Just find the story in the As Seen On section of wishtv.com. Congress is starkly divided over different paths to prevent a federal shutdown. Late last night, the Senate voted to advance a measure to fund the government through November 17th. It would keep current levels in place and then also provide a $6 billion boost for both Ukraine and disaster relief. It's on track for Senate approval later this week, but faces long odds in the House. The House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, is rejecting a deal he had made with President Biden, now demanding deep spending cuts. He pledges no support for the Senate version and is against the additional Ukraine funds.
But the great thing is, I never give up. So the deadline's not yet, and we're working. We'll work late into the night. So if your deadline is for a paper to be done in school, but you still get it done on the day, does it still work? Yeah, so we'll do it.
McCarthy is also pushing to add a hardline border security measure. A vote on the House bill is planned for Friday. Biden, Democrats, and some Republicans have said the version is too extreme. Writers are working again in Hollywood. Board members from the Writers Guild have approved a contract agreement with studios and cleared the members of the union to start on scripts at 12:01 this morning. The new deal with the studios includes job security for the writers, both in terms of employment guarantees and an agreement limiting the use of artificial intelligence. Talk shows are likely to resume immediately. Scripted shows will take longer because of production time and the ongoing actors' strike. Senator Bob Menendez is due in court to answer to federal bribery charges. He's accused of using his position to advance Egyptian interests and do favors for New Jersey businessmen in exchange for bribes. Today's hearing in Manhattan is the first time the New Jersey Democrat will appear in a federal court. Menendez faces growing calls to resign from his congressional colleagues. He says he'll be exonerated and has no intention of leaving the Senate. It's the second corruption case against Menendez in the last decade. A New York judge says former President Donald Trump is liable for fraud. The judge ruled Trump and his company deceived banks, insurers, and others about his net worth for nearly a decade to get favorable loan terms and lower insurance costs. Trump has argued a disclaimer on the statements absolved him of any wrongdoing. The judge ruled some of Trump's business must now lose their licenses. Trump's attorney says they'll appeal the ruling. Today, for the second Republican presidential debate, Trump is not going. 7 other hopefuls will be there. Doug Burgum, Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Tim Scott. Instead of debating, Trump is slated to meet with striking auto workers in Detroit and deliver a primetime speech there. 2 business headlines. Eli Lilly and Company convinced a federal judge in Massachusetts to overturn a $176 million jury verdict for Teva Pharmaceutical that found Lilly's migraine drug, Emgality, infringed 3 patents. Judge Allison Burroughs said in a post-trial ruling that the Teva patents covering the use of antibodies to inhibit headache-causing peptides were invalid and does not overturn verdicts lightly. Teva sued Lilly over the patents in 2018. Target will close 9 stores in major cities across the country, citing violence, theft, and organized retail crime. The company will close 1 store in New York City's Harlem neighborhood, 2 locations in Seattle, 3 stores in the San Francisco-Oakland area, and 3 more in Portland, Oregon. The discounter said it will shutter the stores for good on October 21st. Costco says it will not raise membership fees for now. Costco did say the average sale is down about 3% as shoppers are more cautious in their spending, especially on big-ticket items. UPS says it will hire more than 100,000 workers for the holiday season. It's in need of seasonal delivery drivers, drivers with a commercial driver's license, and package handlers. Panera jumps on a TikTok trend and adds a Roman Empire-inspired menu. Although the menu items wouldn't likely be found in any Roman-era restaurant, they are a collection of Panera's iconic foods that it says fans can't stop thinking about, including macaroni and cheese, cinnamon crunch bagel, and, of course, a Caesar salad. Finally, if you would like to land a job in television or radio, your chance is coming up soon. The Indiana Broadcasters Association Fall Career Fair is Monday, and Wish TV will proudly be there. Organizers say representatives of more than 100 stations will be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse to talk about available jobs and internships. You must register in advance. If you're interested, just go to wishtv.com and look in the As Seen on Wish TV section of our website. There's a link there to register. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.